GTV. And now it's time for this afternoon's edition of Children's GBC with George Brind. Oh, and just to give you a heads up, there's no more Herbs episodes until next week. So, anyways, here's Children's GBC.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this Friday afternoon's edition of Children's GBC. My name is George Brind, and I will be your presenter. And our first programme is Teletubbies. And today's episode is all about painting swings. And Maggie, if you're watching this, I know you're going to enjoy this one.
Over the hills and far away,
From one Ragdoll Productions classic to another, we have Rosie and Jim with today's narrowboat driver, Pat Hutchins. And today's episode is all about roller skating.
Jim! Roses! Rosie and Jim, chugging along on the old ragdoll. Roses. Oh, Jim.
Now, Oucho T Cactus, if you're watching this, I know you're not going to like our next programme. It is none other than Bear Behaving Badly with Naughty Nev. And in today's episode, well, you might be furious for me to tell you this, but things are really going to be out of control today. But why? Well, you'll see for yourself. This is Bear Behaving Badly.
On.
And now it's time for today's children's Australian classic, Johnson and Friends. And today's episode is called Super Bob.
Recently, Squeaky, the...
And our final programme for this Friday afternoon on Children's GBC is Chuckle Vision, featuring none other than those two catastrophe-prone brothers from Rotherham, Paul and Barry Chuckle. And in today's episode, they are called away from their current job at a fish shop to deliver a tapestry for some kind of very important banquet. But, well, are things going to go wrong when they try to deliver that tapestry? Well, you'll see for yourself in today's episode of Chuckle Vision, New Pages, with special guest star Chris Jarvis, and, as always, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you.
Have you finished buttering that fish yet, Barry? Say when.
Ah, Paul and Barry, what lovable idiots they are. Well, that brings us to the end of our programmes here for this Friday afternoon on Children's GBC. We hope you enjoyed them, and be sure to look out for some more programmes coming your way very soon. In the meantime, I've been George Brind, and I hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye.
You're watching GTV. Now, if you think that the pasta bake sauce would have been really good, well, you're sure in for a spot of Don Mijo Day with the Bernie Show. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about it. But anyways, now that episode of Don Mijo Day. Now, I'd like to point out that this show may contain strong language, which some viewers may find it offensive. Enjoy.
This is the small house where everything is peaceful there. Everything is all wonderful up until one day something strange happens. Those pesky Muppets just turned up. So, here comes the Bernie gang, crazy and laughs. They do some stuff is what they can do. Bernie, Yo Bro, Daddy Punch, and so many others. He and his mates all knew what's coming. The gags, the craze, something that everyone can't lie to make them laugh. So because of their own silly lives, it's all happening here on the Bernie Show! The Bernie Show.
Nothing gets them to the table like a delicious homemade lasagna made with dolmio.
Ah, Mama, you can't beat the homemade. Dolmio lasagna. When Signor Dolmio Day.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, holy shit. That special to everyone, including me and you. Do, oh yeah, do.
Well, it's that time again to see how they're...
And just a reminder that next week, however, that there will be another episode of The Bernie Show. Now, and as you can tell by that next week thing that you just saw just now, well, this might be something to do with Sooty's girlfriend. Ooh. Now, so, will there be another Sooty member as part of the Bernie gang? Well, you'll have to find out next week here on GTV.
One thing just for you, just by adding the birds and the bees, and mix that in with the garden and the daylight and the moonlight. But don't forget to bring in some Bernie too. So we sing the Bernie blues, and that's there for all of us to know. Hell yeah!
Alright, Dad, right, take it away, Dad. Okay. Thank you. Now on GTV, it's time for today's episode of Neighbours. George Buxton's 2000 Bad.com. Oh, here's the episode of Neighbours.